going on, guys? It's your boy. Welcome back to another video. So I just got out of the theater seeing the movie Lisa Frankenstein, and I want to give you guys my honest thoughts on it. DVWB Daily Vlogs with Blake. Okay, so I'm going to try to keep this one brief because it was a relatively good movie, but for the most part, I think that a lot of the things that I liked about it are things that a lot of other people might not enjoy about this film, but overall, I had a really good time with it. I think that this movie kind of falls into a similar category as the first Venom movie, and I know at first I'm going to say that, and you guys are going to be like, what are you talking about? If you've seen the first Venom movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. That movie works, right? It's not great. It's not one of the best movies ever. It's not terrible. It's just good, right? There's nothing super amazing about it. But part of the reason why that movie works so well is because Tom Hardy is playing the main actor, and I feel that way about this movie. I feel like if you got anybody who wasn't Kathryn Newton trying to play this role, I don't think that this would have been as fun of a movie, and I don't think it would have worked as well. I think Kathryn Newton in this movie is incredible. I think that her charisma that she brings is fantastic. Her energy is fantastic. She has a lot of really good one-liners. There are a couple of moments in this movie where I'm kind of like checking out of it for a little bit, and then she'll just come in and steal the scene with some like weird dance moves, or she'll do some like very fun one-liners, and like she has a lot of really great moments in this movie where she just comes in with so much character, so much charisma, and steals the show in a way. And I know it's like weird to say that about the main character, but like if ever there's like a scene where it's like Cole Sprouse's character is doing something and it's just Cole Sprouse, and then she pops in, automatically the scene's 10 times better. And I really like this movie. I think that it was a fun little rom-com. Overall, the romance aspect of it is very, very minor. The comedy aspect of it is fantastic. It's through the roof. And overall, I think that this movie is a whole lot of fun. So to talk about some of the things that I really liked about this movie. I like the fact that it has a really good style to it. It starts off with this like little animated sequence while we're going through the opening credits, and it brings that back towards the end of the movie as well. And I love all of that. They do like nice, cool little black and white animation. The first night, the movie starts off or whatever, and the two sisters go off to a party or whatever, and Kathryn Newton's character accidentally gets handed a drink that's spiked, and she ends up not being okay. And that entire like next like 15-minute segment is like very trippy. She has a dream sequence. They have this really interesting like storm cloud that's like green and all these like really pretty colors and stuff like that. There's a lot of really interesting visuals there. And then she has a dream where she is like is it the wife or the bride? I think it's the bride of Frankenstein, and it like does a really good job of paying homage to like old 50s monster movies. And I think that side of this is really fun. I think the fact that this movie is trying to kind of like play homage to some old iconic horror movies is fantastic. And then I think that this movie also works really well in the fact that it's a rom-com that takes place in a high school back in the 80s, and our main character is somebody who's eccentric, who's going through like a goth phase, and back in the day, people really did not like people with goth phases, and they do a really good job showing Kathryn Newton kind of facing a lot of like people bullying her, a lot of people giving her a lot of judgment because of the way she dresses and because of the kind of person she is, and it does such a good job of actually feeling like a movie that potentially would have came out in the 80s, and I really, really like that. Overall, I think that the humor in this movie is probably its strongest part. There's just a lot of over-the-top ridiculous scenes, and they go around in this movie, and they just like, what's it called? Have a weird little killing spree, and it's really, really fun. They go around, they kill this one person kind of accidentally at the beginning of the movie, and if you've seen the trailer, you'll see, no, we can't do this until we've hid the body, and then they like go and hide a body or whatever, and they just go around and start killing a bunch of people who are jerks to Lisa in the beginning of the movie or whatever. And the whole plot is actually like pretty straightforward, which I really, really liked. And I really like just the concept of, her boyfriend who's like, you know, undead and came back to life or whatever is missing body parts. So now we need to go on a little killing spree to get those body parts back. Adorable. It's fantastic. I think that overall, this movie was wacky and weird, but I really enjoyed it. And yeah, that was pretty much everything I had to say about it, which I know, like 4 minutes for a movie review is really, really short for me. But this movie really did not have a lot to it, which I actually really enjoyed. I think it's really refreshing going to a movie and just getting to sit down and enjoy a bunch of really good humor. Because obviously, I can go through and I can talk about every single scene and like what was making it funny. But overall, there's just like a lot of really good innuendos. There's a lot of funny stuff with like the plot just in general, like the majority of the murder scenes are pretty over the top and ridiculous, and the music choice as well for some of these murder scenes work relatively well. And there's a scene where what's it called? Lisa like finds her sister sleeping with the guy who she really likes, and then Cole Sprouse's character comes in and chops his dick off, and we see everybody's reactions in slow motion. There's beautiful music playing to it, and in the background you can just see like the shadow of a dick going across the wallpaper or whatever, and it is so funny. And overall, that's just what this movie is. It's a ridiculously good time. I've seen a lot of people on the internet kind of complaining about this movie, but I think if you didn't like this movie, the movie just wasn't made for you. I think that that's something that the last couple of weeks we've had a lot of problems with Argyle releasing and then this movie releasing is a lot of people are going to these movies expecting them to be something that they're not. And then when they end up being exactly what they're advertised to be, people are getting upset about it. But this movie, if you've seen the trailers for it and you're like, I think I would enjoy that movie, it's probably a true statement. And I definitely would recommend watching this movie around Halloween time. I will probably be watching it again around Halloween time. Like I said, it's an incredibly funny movie. But yeah, that being said, what would I rate it on a scale of 1 to 100? I would probably have to give it a solid, I would give it an 81. Like I said, really, really funny movie. I really like the fact that they play the tropes of, what's it called? A high schooler who's going through an emo phase and how they kind of get treated, weirdly. And overall, the humor in this movie is just incredible. But yeah, that being said, that was it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming by and checking it out. I love and appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe. And I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Back at it again, but that's a relevant flow. So smooth, they calling me Mr. Elegant. Like an elephant, I got a long nose. Like a president, I've got a few hoes. Swift with a stutter, I'm smooth like butter. Don't see it coming when I slip undercover. Like a big dog, but I don't bite. I'm still a big broad, I'd win that fight. Come match you and I knock out your lights.